Now, giddy up, Shorty.
In life and love, Shorty and Cotton see eye to eye and step to step.
He asked her to dance, and it was on from there.
It seemed like a perfect match.
Cut it!
What's going on?
You tell me, Cotton.
Until this duo lets the devil cut in.
Shorty had a lot of questions.
Your regular Friday night dinner got cold.
I wasn't hungry. You know, everybody has their demons.
I don't want him to hurt me.
Hey, let me in my own house!
And these dance partners start two-stepping straight through hell.
We're done. I've cut you off.
You acted like a crazy man.
People don't just fall off the face of the earth.
Love may be blind and marriage bliss, but divorce is murder. Fort Worth, Texas is more than cattle drives, cowboys, and the world's largest honky tonk saloon. It's also home to Shorty Robinson, a regular at the local bar.
Ooh, look at that.
Always had his cowboy boots on, his western pants, his belt, his cowboy hat, his starched shirt. He was all country. He loved everybody, and everybody loved him. He was just so cute and always had a smile on his face. He just loved the ladies. And if they could dance, you were it.
Ooh! Y'all mind if I saddle up right next to the best dang dancer in this whole place?
Try and keep up, partner.
Oh, yeah? Well, how's this? Howdy. I'm Shorty.
Now, giddy up, Shorty. Cotton.
Cotton? Well, I'm very pleased to meet you, Cotton. What brings you around here?
I've been driving 18-wheeler.
Cotton grew up in the Pacific Northwest. She actually drove big rig 18-wheelers, and she ended up settling here.
Did I tell you the story about where I grew up? It's a pretty long one.
Oh, I want to hear it.
Cotton was really drawn to the Texas lifestyle. She liked motorcycles, she liked drinking, she liked dancing, and there's no shortage of places to do that here in this area.
She, as luck would have it, had a motorcycle, and he had one too.
And it was on from there. They both really clicked. They really did. They go dancing, they go play darts and ride their motorcycles, and you know, they loved going out camping. They just had a really good time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you. Cooked to perfection. Just like my present company.
Not sure my ex-husbands would agree.
Really? Well, and how many of those you got?
Let me guess how many you got.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Go ahead. Come on, let's be serious, huh? You're getting warmer, but more than that.
Shorty had been married many times. I don't know a better way to say that.
Yeah, that's it.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I got you beat.
Get out. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How about this many? Wow, that's something. You do got me beat. Well, heck, here's to falling in love all over again.
And again.
They both just kind of laughed it off and said, this is the one.
Cotton fits right into Shorty's routine in every way.
Hi, darling. Ladies. All right, drum roll, please. Here she is lucky number 8.
Shorty had brought Cotton for our normal Wednesday meeting.
So these are Shorty's angels.
Yep.
Room for one more?
Shorty always can use another angel.
Well, lucky him.
Hallelujah!
She seemed like a very sweet lady, like she really cared for Shorty. And they truly did love each other. We all liked her.
But he'd be hopeless without us, right?
We all loved her because Shorty loved her. You know, we took her in, you know, just like he would want us to.
They were just like young teenagers in love and bashful and, you know, very kind to each other.
A few months later, Cotton moves in with Shorty.
When it comes to women, I don't think my dad's ever really taken the slow boat.
Thank you, huh?
You sure I can't make you lunch?
You know I think that you're the best dang cook north of El Paso. But today's Wednesday, and Wednesday is tamale day at work.
How could I have forgotten?
I gotta go. I'm late.
Shorty was definitely a creature of habit. He went to work, to the bar, and then home, and then repeat.
Shorty's had the same job for more than a decade.
He'd been a welder for all my life. One of the best welders that I see. His employer appreciated his work.
That's a good tamale. That's a good tamale. I love tamale day. Goddamn. Church is out, boys. Back to work.
People look at being a welder as a blue-collar job, but I mean, to me, you're an artist because it takes a talent to weld.
Shorty's world became Cotton's world.
Howdy, Cowboy.
Hi there, pretty lady.
Sure, I'm gonna miss you when I'm out on the road.
Y'all ready now for your trip?
Yeah.
Cotton was a long-haul trucker, which can be a very lonely occupation. She went from town to town, and she may not have really set down roots anywhere.
I miss your friends, too.
Well, they're all friends now.
She didn't have family in the area, and she really depended on Shorty for her lifestyle.
What's in the box?
What box? A little something to keep you company on the road.
No!
I thought we called him Harley.
It's perfect.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You brought me a dog.
I did. Isn't he cute?
Oh, he's so cute. Oh.
Shorty had got Cotton this little dog for her to take on the road with her so she wouldn't be lonely.
Come on, Harley. Oh,
cute,
so cute.
It's not uncommon for truck drivers to have pets, to bring them with them so they have that companionship.
With puppy Harley along for the ride, all that's left is to tie the knot.
Shorty and Cotton got married at the Honky Tonk Women's Saloon in Azle, Texas. It was a Western wedding. They both had black hats. She had a veil on her hat and matching Western shirts and jeans.
You know, everybody has their ideal wedding. That was his and hers.
I just said, "Are you sure that she's the one this time around?" And he said, "I'm sure."
Psychotherapist Stacy Kaiser and forensic psychologist Brian Russell sensed some red flags.
Shorty and Cotton have quite a few marriages between them, and so some might look at this and say, well, maybe practice makes perfect and this time they're going to get it right, and we would hope so. But statistically speaking, that's not what we would predict.
There are some people that aren't about planning for the next 20 years. Some couples come together because they have a great time together, because they think it's an adventure and an experience. And that's kind of how I see Cotton and Shorty.
It seems like their strategy is more, well, let's just keep trying it, keep trying it, keep trying it. One of these times, things will click. But that's really not how marriage works, that it just clicks. It takes work, and it takes work beforehand to make sure that there's deep compatibility.
You and Harley, you drive safe, okay?
Always. I love you.
I love you.
In October 2009, Cotton got into an accident. She actually rolled the 18-wheeler that she was driving.
I know Cotton had the dog with her when she had the truck wreck. That's when she lost the dog.
It's a devastating blow that will have a lasting impact.
Next thing you know, her insurance canceled, and I think that's when a lot of their trouble started.
Cotton and Shorty Robinson have been happily married for 19 months, but they're about to face their first challenge when Cotton totals her 18-wheeler, sadly killing her puppy and leaving her injured.
When Shorty had found out that she was in an accident, he was very upset. You know, he was concerned for his wife and what kind of condition she was in.
Okay, let's go slow. I wish you would have let me come to get you.
It's fine. I'm fine.
You're not fine. Yeah.
He immediately wanted to fly down there and get her, and she refused and basically said it was not necessary for him to come down, which kind of upset him because he wasn't for sure how badly she was hurt.
Two. Okay. There you are. All right. Get you in bed.
Cotton hurt her shoulder and back in the accident.
She came home, went to the doctors, and they put her on all kinds of medication.
Okay.
No, don't. Leave it. Please.
The medication helps manage Cotton's physical pain, but that's not enough. She's not only lost her dog, but her job too, at least temporarily.
I'll never forget you, Harley.
She was injured, albeit not seriously, but it resulted in some period of leave from work for disability.
Now, it's not a replacement for Harley, but I did get you something. Come on.
Shorty comes up with a plan.
Now, you got style, darling, okay? And it's time to put that style to the test with the t-shirt printing business. You can design them, we print them, and then we sell them at rallies. What do you think?
Or the bar.
Yeah, or the bar, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, all right.
Oh,
Okay, I'm sorry. I forget. All right. Okay.
I love you.
I love you too.
I believe that Shorty and Cotton were very optimistic that this t-shirt prospect was going to work out for them because she seemed excited to do it, that she was going to put her heart into it.
But her efforts are short-lived.
I would say that Cotton probably did not sell a whole lot of shirts.
Not only were finances tight, but the things that Cotton really enjoyed doing, she couldn't do anymore. She couldn't ride motorcycles. She couldn't go country dancing. And so the marriage started to deteriorate.
Hon, would you try the card one more time, please? Thank you.
Cut it!
What's going on?
You tell me, Cotton. You leave the bar without even saying goodnight, and then I get this? Where's the money, Cotton? Did they cut you off?
I'm trying to sort it out.
Sort it?
They fired you, didn't they?
Cotton was terminated by her employer in the spring of 2010.
He wanted to pursue why was she not getting any kind of benefits, and she just told him to drop it.
Why didn't you tell me?
I couldn't. Sorry.
Okay. It's okay. Look, we'll fight this. Okay? We'll fight this. First thing in the morning, we're gonna give it.
Could we just drop it, please? For tonight, at least.
Okay. No, I'm sorry. Okay.
Cotton isn't exactly telling Shorty everything.
Her employer became suspicious that she was abusing the system and began investigating her claim that she remained disabled. Her employer hired a private investigator to follow Cotton around and take videos and photographs of her performing physical activities that would be much more strenuous than what would be required to drive a truck.
Who was that?
Who's what?
Car.
I don't know.
Well, Shorty had a lot of questions. I mean, she did not want him to go up there when she had this accident, and then the next thing he finds out that she doesn't have a job and they're not even giving her any benefits.
So, how's your pain today? Thought maybe we could go for a ride there.
Stop. You know I can't.
Cotton, I think we're gonna have to talk about selling your bike.
I don't think we need to do anything with my bike. Thank you very much.
We can't afford it.
Where Shorty became resentful is when he asked her repeatedly to help reduce the debt of the household. She was not willing to do that.
Okay, if you have any other solutions, please let me know. Cotton. Cotton! You know what? I'm gonna go have a drink somewhere where people actually speak to me.
It did begin to put a strain on him several months into her not working.
A major accident where a person loses a job, a beloved pet, some mobility, those are exactly the kinds of things that can really create havoc and chaos on not just a person, but a relationship. And so I believe that Cotton and Shorty's relationship is really gonna be put to the test at this moment.
There are two ways to help improve a family's finances: bring in more money, cut the expenses. And Cotton doesn't want to do that. And it seems understandable that getting rid of the bike is an admission that I'm not gonna be able to ride this again. I'm permanently disabled. And of course, nobody wants to think in those terms. They wanna think, I'm gonna be back on that bike pretty soon. And hopefully she will.
Here, this is a new marriage. They were excited to get together. And now it just seems like they can't get anything right and they're just running into problems everywhere. And so, again, because they've been married so many times, I just wonder if these two can sustain all of this drama and still stay together and be happy.
Your regular Friday night dinner got cold.
I wasn't hungry.
Initially, Cotton never seemed to be jealous of all of us that were friends with Shorty.
Shorty's angel's my ass. More like his harem.
But for some reason, Now, while she's not working and all this pressure's on Shorty, she started, feeling, I guess, jealous.
When Shorty would speak with his female friends, she clearly was not happy about that.
So she finds some male friends of her own.
Seen you around.
Just like Cotton, Rick was a stranger to the area.
Next thing you know, he's wearing Shorty's clothes, wearing his hat, wearing his boots.
After just 2 years of marriage, issues over money and jealousy are threatening to tear Shorty and Cotton Robinson apart.
Just as Shorty would spend more time with his female friends when they were experiencing discord, Cotton would do the same thing with male friends. And in this case, she began to spend more time with Rick.
I haven't seen you around. You new?
Name's Rick.
Well, Rick, I drive the welcome wagon around these parts. Let me be the first to say howdy.
I think I'm gonna like it around here.
Just like Cotton, Rick was a stranger to the area, and he took a liking to Cotton, and she the same with him.
He wasn't working, she wasn't working, and we all know that Shorty had a very strict routine and he was always at work. So she might have been spending her free time doing something she wasn't supposed to be. I did not have the heart to tell my friend because I didn't want there to be any issues.
Then, some upsetting news.
What's wrong?
Johnny Ringo died.
Who's Johnny Ringo?
He was one of the great ones.
Johnny Ringo, he was a wonderful, gorgeous, sexy man. Happy-go-lucky, funny, just a lot of fun to be around.
I mean, everybody loved him.
Funeral's next week. You think maybe you can come with me?
I don't even know him.
Cotton, it would really mean a lot to me if you came.
No, you go ahead.
I'm not gonna ask again.
You don't have to. Because my answer won't change.
He wanted her to be there with him, by his side. She chose not to. And I think it was the final straw.
Cotton is now spending time with another man. She is not willing to go to the funeral of someone that is very close to Shorty. And what this tells me is that whatever they had had that brought them together is now no longer there. And that she not only doesn't have regard for how he feels, but she also doesn't even care about how it looks.
And that indicates to me that she's either just completely disinterested in Shorty's emotional state, or she's angry. Either which way, it looks to me like there's a disconnection that is indicative of an unhealthy marriage.
Shorty opened up his own personal checking account so that Cotton couldn't spend any of his money.
He was tired of bankrolling her. And so Shorty takes his money from their joint checking account and he puts it in his own.
It all came to a climax at the bar after the funeral.
I've been to the bank. You think I want to find out you cut me off? Look at me! Look at me, damn it! Look at me! Get out of my face! Listen, get off of me! You tell your little friend he best not come home tonight.
Right when she got to the front door, she said, "Lisa, don't forget, tell your friend not to come home."
I think her exact words were, "Tell your friend not to come home because he's gonna be in pieces." We call these idle threats.
Cotton?
He's trying to get in the house. I don't want him to hurt me.
Cotton!
She called the police department to say that she was in fear of her life, that Shorty was going to assault her.
Hey, let me in my own house! Cotton!
Please come.
The sergeant and I show up on scene, and Shorty's clearly not upset, clearly not disturbed.
It's my house. She locked me out of my own goddamn house.
It's police, ma'am. I need you to open up.
We talk to Cotton at the door. She finally says that, hey, I was scared. I thought he was gonna come in here and break the door down and assault me.
I know he's drunk and he's threatening me.
At that point in time, go somewhere else if need be. Yelling and screaming through the door is just not a proper way to deal with things.
Okay, you won this round, Cotton. You won't win the next.
The writing was on the wall. It was over.
Some people just want to disappear. Some people just don't want to be found.
Shorty and Cotton Robinson's marriage is beginning to fall apart after he cuts her off financially. In response, she calls the police, saying he threatened her life.
The next day, I got a phone call, and it was Shorty.
Now it got ugly between us last night. Yeah, I wound up staying in a motel. Yeah, it's over. It's over between us.
He said, I went home, we argued, the law was called. There was probably more to the story than I know, but I know he had his boiling point and he was going to ask her for a divorce.
Don't worry, I got a plan. Look, I'm gonna talk to you later, okay? All right, bye.
His grand plan was that he was going to go away, and while he was gone, he was going to have the electricity and all that stuff shut off.
Shorty's intent was to kick her out of the home.
Shorty going and opening up a bank account secretly in his name only suggests to me that the rift between he and Cotton has risen to a different and more problematic level because he's gotten to a point where he doesn't trust Cotton. And when the trust goes, usually so goes the marriage.
The fact that he does not seem to be able to sit down and have a real conversation with her and end the marriage, considering he has a great track record for ending marriages, is a red flag to me. He's now going to secretly turn the lights off so that the darkness drives her away. It just makes me wonder if he's afraid of her or afraid of conflict.
Shorty's going about this in a pretty cowardly way.
But Shorty isn't going to let fear stand in his way.
Mike, you got a sec? I'd like to take Monday, Tuesday off. I got a lot of stuff going on right now. I just need to take a long drive and clear my head.
He showed up for work every day. He didn't call in sick. He didn't go on vacations.
That was something his employer said, was this the most dependable employee I've ever had.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
The last day that Shorty went into work was that Friday, May 28th.
The next day, Shorty's plan is set in motion.
He was tired of sleeping in the recliner, and I think that he just wanted to sleep on something more comfortable.
What the hell is that?
It's a mattress. I'm gonna sleep on it tonight. And tomorrow I'm gonna take it on my ride with me. And on Tuesday, when I come back, I want you gone.
The same day that Shorty had bought the air mattress at the store, his intent was to tell Cotton to leave the house, to gather her things and be gone.
And so he went on his vacation, We didn't think anything of it because he was supposed to be gone.
But Shorty's vacation seems to take an unexpected turn.
Cotton was at the Honky Tonk. She started uncontrollably bawling. I mean, just bawling. And I said, Cotton, did something really bad go wrong? I said, it's okay, just, you know, something bad happened.
He left me. He said he was going on a ride. And then all of a sudden he's getting in a white truck with some woman. I don't think he's coming back.
Cotton said that he had run off with a woman in a white Chevy truck.
What's going on?
Shorty left me. It was an Hispanic woman. Maybe she was that tamale lady.
If Shorty had a girlfriend, we'd know about it, Cotton.
Shorty doesn't return to work as planned either.
He doesn't pick up his last paycheck. He doesn't come to gather up his tools. He had a 401k there, so days turns into weeks, and 2 weeks go by, and the boss doesn't hear from Shorty at all. There's something really wrong.
That's when his employer became very concerned that something was amiss.
Shorty's gone for 2 long weeks before a missing persons report is filed.
Well, they met each other at work, and they'd see each other every Wednesday.
Don't you think it's a little weird that he just leave without his tools?
Well, as you know, we weren't getting along very well. Guess he wanted to get away from me as quickly as possible. With her.
Hey there, Maria.
She was adamant that he got into a white truck and drove off into the sunset and was never heard of again. So we have 2 conflicting stories. We've got the friend saying he's missing, and we have Cotton saying he ran away with a woman, and me trying to find out what exactly happened.
The last confirmed sighting of Shorty is on Saturday, May 29th.
Shorty was seen on camera at a local store purchasing an air mattress and a box of donuts and then heading back towards Pelican Bay.
That's the day before Cotton says he left with the woman in the white truck. Perhaps investigators have been focused on the wrong lead.
His boss said no one comes up to work to deliver tamales.
If Shorty had another girlfriend, I'm pretty sure the rest of us would have known about it.
Then there are Shorty's phone records. His cell hasn't pinged off any towers outside the vicinity. 2 months later, police are shocked when they execute a search warrant on Shorty's place.
Detective?
He was wearing my dad's clothes and my dad's cowboy hat.
Cotton and her new boyfriend, Rick, have made Shorty's house their home.
What's this?
We have a warrant, ma'am.
I mean, that was pretty quick for them to have a relationship instead of her being concerned about where her husband was.
Detective Tobar placed a assist call to the North Richland Hills Police Department, who sent 2 crime scene officers to the home to execute the search warrant. When the crime scene officers were about to begin their search, one of them noticed that there was a pile of brush that was over and it appeared to be masking a small mound of disturbed dirt.
But Chief, I'm telling you, we should be looking on the property, not just inside. There is this pile of dirt. Yes, Chief.
The police chief explained that Cotton had said that she had a dog that had died, and that was where she buried the dog. And the police chief instructed the crime scene officers that they were there to execute the search warrant in the home and not to dig up dead dogs.
In the end, every lead, everything that they chased down, nothing was the break that they needed. There was still no Shorty.
At the end of the summer 2010, the case went cold.
Until a new ranger comes to town.
I take my hat off to Texas Ranger Claire Barnes.
A good homicide investigator has a hunch.
All eyes are on Cotton Robinson when her husband Shorty goes missing. She claims he left her for another woman.
You always held that hope that maybe he is, drinking a pina colada down there in Mexico, enjoying the good life.
But 3 years have passed, and Shorty's friends and family find it difficult to keep their hopes alive. Until a new field office for the Texas Rangers opens nearby.
3 years after Shorty's disappearance, a ranger named Claire Barnes picks up the case and he runs with it.
One of the things that Claire did was call Pelican Bay, and Claire spoke with the current chief, who tells Claire that everyone in the area suspects that Cotton had killed her husband, but no one can prove it.
Claire Barnes next contacts Detective Anthony Tobar, who's moved on from Pelican Bay to a new agency.
He's like, I'm gonna go talk to her. I'm gonna tell her I found something new. I was like, did you find something new? No, not at all. I'm just gonna go pull on some strings and see what happens.
He made arrangements to take some time off, is what I thought.
Okay.
And he took off.
You got in that truck?
He got in a truck.
So tell me, Cotton, what color was the truck again that Shorty left in?
It was white. Belonged to a Hispanic woman.
So Ranger Barnes re-interviews Cotton, and she gives them the same story that she's been telling everybody for the past 3 years.
Give me the license plate number to that truck and I'll have this wrapped up by tomorrow afternoon.
I wished I could.
After about 2 hours, Claire got up from his seat, asked Cotton if she wanted a soda. She said yes. He went to his office and got a cardboard box, loaded up the box with random materials, folders, papers, just meaningless items, and went back into the room and set the box on the table.
They took all of that out of the house?
No, this is evidence and other things. Listen, Cotton.
He then said to her, Cotton, for 2 hours, you've given me the same story that you've given everyone else for 3 years, but we both know that that story is not true.
What happened to him in there?
Nothing, he left.
He left.
Yeah,
Cotton, that's not true. Honey, I don't.
nothing happened.
We know you did it. Everything's in here.
He said, this box of evidence I'm taking to the grand jury, and it's not gonna be good for you. So why don't you tell me what really happened?
It was readily apparent that she knew that the jig was up, and she took the bait. She changed her story.
He came home one night, drunk.
What she described was a drunk and angry Shorty returning home in late May of 2010.
Of course, she's still up. This is my life now. This is my life. Because of you.
And he was pissed off about money and about us. And I was cutting up some fruit. And he blamed me for everything. And then he came at me. He acted like a crazy man.
You turn around and look at me when I'm talking to you, woman!
Ah! He surprised the crap out of me. And I turned and I cut him. In the arm. It was just the arm. I'm sorry.
Stay away from me!
You okay? And I wanted to help, but he brushed me off.
Stay away from me!
Hey, Shorty. Shorty, wake up. Shorty. 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 And the next morning, I found him there, dead. I guess I panicked, so I buried him.
She took the twin-size air mattress, cut it open down the middle, put his body inside, and then closed it over itself, drug him out the front door, and put him in the ground.
The story doesn't seem to add up.
What? I just told you. That's what happened.
There was no indication in Shorty's past that he was a violent man, especially towards women. He actually loved women.
Unequivocally, there was no evidence that Shorty had ever been violent with her.
But part of the story is definitely true.
Claire was able to procure a search warrant for the recovery of the remains.
Shorty was found 15 feet from his own front door and in 15.5 inches in the ground.
What was particularly poignant to me in that image of him walking out of the store with the air mattress is that we later found out that he had in fact purchased his own coffin.
This case could have been solved years earlier.
They dismissed that small gravesite because it was inconsistent with the size of a human being.
Cotton's lies continue to come undone.
He was strangled. So, although there may be some truth to her story, it wasn't the truth.
Cotton was placed under arrest for murder.
Detectives interview Rick once again.
There in the bar, and
okay, here's also the deal.
She'll say it in like a sarcastic manner. Oh, I'm a murderer. Yeah, I killed him.
He told Claire that at one point, Cotton had admitted to him that she had strangled Shorty.
Something had to have been the final drive. It could have been an argument. It could have been something he said. He's like, I'm going, I'm leaving. And she waits till he goes to sleep.
I think it'd be easy to look at what happened to Shorty and say she murdered Shorty to be able to inherit from him and not get divorced. And I think there's probably truth in that. But I think also it's highly likely that Cotton felt indignant about the fact that Shorty was thinking he was gonna outsmart her.
Oftentimes, sociopathy will lay dormant if a person is getting what they want. And so she thought to herself in that moment, I'm not getting what I want. How do I go and get what I want? Well, if I kill Shorty, I will get his house and his money, and then I can go be with the person that I want to be with.
And so I think in this case, when it became clear to Cotton that he thinks I'm just gonna walk out and go my way. No, I'm not. I'll show him. And I think she showed him.
Neola Cotton Robinson pleads guilty to manslaughter and is sentenced to 18 years in jail for killing Irvin Shorty Robinson.
A good homicide investigator has a hunch, and Detective Tobar should be given credit for that. And Claire Barnes from the Texas Rangers should be given credit for getting it over the hill.
Shorty will never be forgotten.
Shorty was cremated, and they put the urn in the Honky Tonk Women's Saloon, which was his very favorite place to go. And so he's actually there with us.
For me, it was just, emotional relief. It's like finally it's solved. I get to put my dad in his final resting place.
I think he's watching us anyway. But Shorty, you did not die in vain, and we all loved you. We still love you. And maybe you went through a last couple of days, but you are in God's hands now. And your story is not gonna die.